Did you say bye-bye to the Acropolis? I'm not filming you. Chill. Did you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye. Okay, now go sleep.
One of the biggest questions always asked when traveling to Greece is which island to go to, Mykonos or Santorini. Every year, or all the years of my life that I had always envisioned going to Greece, I always knew I'd go to Athens, Mykonos, and Santorini. I don't really know where I heard of Mykonos. We all know where we heard Santorini from, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But I wanted to make this video to share the comparisons and surprisingly which island I actually liked more. To just show you some of the differences between Mykonos and Santorini, things that we did there, reasons why I liked each one, some things I didn't like about each one, blah 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 blah. I hope this video will help you figure out which island is best for you, or if you want to go to both. I just wanted to share my experience and traveling. Yeah, this is us landing in Mykonos. So first off, my parents and I stayed at the Aeolus Resort, which was literally the best hotel I've ever been to my entire life, and I travel a lot, so that says something. Yes. Where's the golf cart? They were the most friendly, accommodating staff I've ever seen. Alright, so welcome back to the Greece vlogs. We're in Mykonos now. My parents are gonna chill, take a nap, take a shower, but as you guys know, I'm high energy. Ooh, just knocked myself with my headphones. So I'm gonna go walking, explore the old town, go check out Little Venice, go scope restaurants. It's Sunday, so things are closed, but look, we're staying in a very picturesque resort around here. I'll put the name, or I'll also show you over here. Super quiet because it's off season. It's late April. Tomorrow's May 1st. We're staying at this resort right here. Very picturesque. As you can see, it's just kind of white buildings. It's, I guess, to avoid heat, and all brown. Wouldn't be pretty if it wasn't built, but we're gonna go exploring. Yeah, I'll definitely give a tour, but since it's off season, it's so quiet here. We have like a whole little villa with like 2 bedrooms and a kitchenette and a couch and a patio outside right near the pool, so we can watch the sunset over Mykonos. So the thing is, it is Sunday, so I'm gonna go looking, grocery shopping and stuff. But yeah, in this video, I guess we'll talk about the differences between Mykonos and Santorini and which one is better for you. So far, I'd say this is very quiet. So my very first impression of Mykonos was, it was pretty much exactly what I had expected. Very quiet, dry, barren land, but built up as a resort. And as I was walking down, wow, look at that, wow. Was that it's really pretty, but it's inconvenient. Behind me. You see, Santorini, everything is up on a hill, whereas Mykonos, the town and stuff you really want to get to and the things you probably think of when you think of Mykonos are down. So we later learned that there was a way to walk. This is a hike all the way down on a road, but it takes a long time, anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. So I ended up kind of hiking down without my parents to get there faster. But my first impression was, wow, this was exactly what I had envisioned. Lots of white, blue trimmed houses with picturesque cafes, and then you get into the real thick of it at a point, and it's just exactly what you envision. So beautiful, truly a photographer's dream. So I honestly say that I think Mykonos might win on photography over Santorini, because Santorini you have to travel to all the villages, where Mykonos is very condensed. Oh my god. Wow. I gotta say, of all the European cities I've been, this might be the most picturesque yet. I would argue that Mykonos, I've never seen anything like this. Mykonos has that maze you expect more. I thought I would find that in Santorini and I didn't. That was really Mykonos. And then I love the showstoppers, even when you come out of the maze. Over here on the water, you have Little Venice. Wow. Little Venice, damn. And there are the windmills. It's a very pricey but cute area all alongside the water. And it just kind of can't be beat. I've been to Venice, and I know some people, they don't really care about this if they've been to Venice, but I thought it was really cute. Photographer heaven. And I just loved, I could have spent hours in that maze taking pictures. You have your high-end shopping there. I know Mykonos also has the clubbing if you're interested in that. For me, I was with my parents, and I don't really do that anyways. Also, Mykonos had vegan stuff, which was really, really great. I'd say probably a little bit more than Santorini did. I loved this part of Mykonos, walking around the old town. That was probably the highlight of our time there, besides the hotel that we stayed in. But it's just, if you love like shopping and just wandering around and taking pictures and getting lost when you travel, Mykonos Old Town is probably one of the most, the place is best catered for that when you like to do that. The thing to know about Old Town Mykonos is when you go back up to where most of the hotels and resorts are, you do take a cab from this like circle center. For us it cost around 7 to 10 euros, but it was okay. We did it several times because it's pretty much, in my opinion, the highlight of being there. And got some vegan heroes at this place, which was incredible. But that's the square that you go to take the taxi, and yeah, that was our first day, my first impression of Mykonos. Beating directly down on us, so I'm doing laundry, and we're gonna have a little hors d'oeuvre thing with potato, filo dough, bread, olives, hummus, beets. Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. So it was pretty unreal, but we literally had a guy walking around our villa area playing the saxophone as the sun was setting in Mykonos, and it was truly a moment to remember. Honestly, I could not recommend this place enough. I wrote a review on Google Reviews also, but it's the most accommodating, helpful staff, and it was just beautiful to get to stay there. They upgraded us just because it was off season, and it made our time there so pleasurable to have the pool and that view at night every single day. We loved it. They had hot tubs too. They had these golf carts to take you to the different places. I had my vegan hero. It was just a really relaxing, rejuvenating time. That was a pretty good day. Alright, it's Greece day 2. Got laundry drying up there. Looks like the sun may come out. Well, my parents are at breakfast. I think it's a good idea to give a tour of our villa. So we have this patio thing out here. And then when you walk in from the hotel this way, you see a living room, TV, couch. Then there's an upstairs over there with a king bed and another bathroom. You walk down, there's a little kitchenette and everything. And then another bathroom, that's me. And then I have my own room all the way down here. So the plan for today is we want to sit somewhere on the water to eat dinner. I'm all bruised and I don't know why. Sit somewhere on the water to eat dinner, have hors d'oeuvres, drink, snack, whatever. But first we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna walk up the windmills this morning since we didn't do it yesterday. I'm gonna eat something. My parents are getting coffee and stuff, and we'll go.
Oh my god.
They're so cute. Oh my god, he's the other one. He's gonna turn the other way. Oh no, he's turning around. Oh. But, oh my god, he's so cute. You're waving.
After we survived watching the buses, we hopped on to Ornos Beach. I was doing a lot of homework trying to find the most family-friendly, not, you know, kind of crazy out there beaches in Mykonos. It wasn't that impressive.
I wasn't very impressed.
We weren't super satisfied. It was really quiet, but it wasn't a sunny day and the beach wasn't super beautiful. If I would come back to Mykonos, I would rent a car because there are like 30 plus beaches in this city. But we came back, got cleaned up, went to the old town, walked up the windmills and everything.
Going in the golf course.
So I was telling you guys, tourists, so he tried to rip us off. Yes.
So after we had a break, had our hors d'oeuvres at our room, we went back down because we decided for our last night we had to sit on the water. Now a little trick I would give is there's obviously a lot of water that surrounds around Mykonos. You don't have to sit precisely at Little Venice. We first went to this sushi place and then we ate at Rivera. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We just don't get sick of the Greek food, my parents and I, so that's pretty much what we ate. The atmosphere was really, really nice. We watched the sunset. Thankfully, there was some sunset. Loved taking these pictures on the water. Not a whole lot of vegan stuff. They were out of stuff, but in general, Mykonos loves to mark what's vegan and what's not vegan, which I loved. But we just had to sit on the water. If you go up past Little Venice, like walk, I think it's to the right, then you have a whole strip of restaurants. They're still pricey, but a little bit less expensive than Little Venice itself.
Yes, I noticed.
Every Greek car use this.
That's it, yeah.
So when you
We capped off the night with this dark Greek chocolate bar we found, and then the next morning, early-ish, we were on our way to Santorini. Like most people, we took the ferry. It was the Champion Jet 1 ferry hopper or something. Really nice ferry, as of course many people know. It was delayed, very delayed, I don't know, 15-30 minutes, but we went up to the roof at a point. That was Paros and the distance that I got to see with my dad on the roof. Overall, pretty pleasant journey, and I would do it again. But landing in Santorini, or docking, I should say, in Santorini, is a little hectic because everyone's trying to get a taxi. We booked our ride in advance to our hotel we were staying in Ia. I would highly recommend that you do the same, even if your hotel or accommodation does not offer to do it, because it's really a madhouse down there and it's first come, first serve.
Find the square.
That's good, right?
After recharging and getting a cup of coffee, we went walking around since we were staying right off of that big famous strip in Ia. We took a little walk around, and what it reminded me of off first hand was like the Cliffs of Moher, a lot like Ireland, but with Greece, with the white buildings. But honestly, when I thought of Santorini, I thought I would have Mykonos also, but I wasn't expecting that view. But obviously it makes kind of sense because it's on a cliff. That's why the houses look that way. You have this really long, you could say high-end strip of just shopping. Very touristy. It's on this white tile path. Something that's really hard, I'd say harder than in Mykonos and Santorini, is finding a place to pee where they're not going to charge you. I will say, so they all say that Santorini is the most beautiful of the Greek islands. That's why it's so touristy. We still opted for a lot of being in our room and cooking in our room because we didn't care so much about that. Honestly, the best food we had was in Athens. So look at my Athens vlog if you want to see some of the places that we ate there. But Santorini, my mom and I agreed first off the bat, this is one of those places that it gets its reputation so quickly that it's kind of just got this reputation, and it's not really a place we would come back to if we wanted to relax or to go on a vacation, just because even though it is stunning, it's really difficult to get around from village to village. If you've ever been to Cinque Terre in Italy, this is a lot like that, except you're in Greece. So what I mean by that is to go from one village, Ia or Fira or Imirovigli, or all these different villages one to the other, if you don't have a car, you gotta get on a 20-minute bus or so to each place. You have to go to Fira every single time. That's the main hub. So even if you're staying in a really nice place like Ia, if you want to explore the other villages, it's really difficult. It's definitely something I'm glad that we did once, but I don't know if I would have to do it again.
Speaking Spanish by the time.
However, I will say what did live up to the expectation was the sunset in Ia. Because we were staying in Ia, I walked out every single night. I was about 6-7 minute walking away from this little viewpoint. And even on a cloudy day, it was really good. But the second night, I got an unbelievable shot. The second day, we started our morning eating at that Skiza pizza place. It was very fair. What you may not know about Santorini is because you're so high up, it's very windy all of the time, and this wasn't even high wind season. But we started first in Fira. We were walking around because we were planning on going all the way to Parissa, which is a black sand beach. But I went up hiking up through the main area of the town. It reminds me a lot of just any other kind of touristy European place. Nothing too fancy, nothing super amazing. A lot of the food here I wouldn't say is incredible except for one hole-in-the-wall place that we found. But I walked around, took some pictures, explored. Honestly, if you want to stay in some sort of luxurious getaway, Ia is the place to stay, not Fira. Especially because it's so busy, because so many tourists are here, because it's the hub for everything. There are some little places that are good for pictures and some that are off to the side that are cute, but I ultimately didn't care too much about Fira. There was one part at the end that we went to that was really, really nice. There was this giant bakery we went into. We found a couple places to go pee in Fira. We had to buy stuff, of course, but something that was really cool doing in Santorini, which many people don't know of when they come to Santorini, is there are red sand beaches and black sand beaches. But after a lot of homework, I learned that the red sand beach is pretty dangerous. So I opted to go see the black sand beach. I've never seen a black sand beach in my life, so I thought this is a pretty good place to do it. And it was quite a trek out there, not going to lie, but it was really beautiful. My dad loved it. It was honestly, yeah, I was pretty impressed. I would do the trek again. But that's the thing about Santorini that was so unfortunate, was just so much of our time there was spent on buses instead of getting to spend time enjoying so many things that Santorini has to offer. Whereas Mykonos, we found a little bit easier to manipulate getting around. So I think Santorini could be a really good vacation spot if you're, let me be frank, extremely wealthy. Because I could see it if you're staying in Ia and you have these gorgeous sunsets. This was the second night where I got lucky and I actually got a sunset, even though it was a really cloudy day. If you're just locked up in your little, cave home that's on one of those hills, in your pool, your jacuzzi, going out for food, looking at the sunset, then I could see it being a really marvelous vacation. But if you want to see everything Santorini has to offer on a budget in just a few days, you could spend, 5 days in Santorini and have lots to do. There's a hike that you could do, there are more beaches, there's like little island excursions. But for us, it wasn't really fun to be running around like that on the buses. So we opted to take it easy on our last day, and we went to Amitovigli, which is known to be the, quote, balcony to the Aegean Sea. And it was beautiful. This is where a lot of honeymoon pictures or romantic vacation spots are, because you can see both Ia and Fida in the distance. We got kind of unlucky with the weather, so we couldn't stay there, but this is definitely a place I would have wandered for hours too, because it's very quiet, a lot of tourists are gone, and it really is simply stunning. So, which island would I ultimately recommend, Mykonos or Santorini? My answer for you is that they're so different, they're not really worth comparing. I will say this though, I think Mykonos is a perfect week away, going for beach time, going for peace, quiet, rejuvenation, relaxation, and as you know, if you want your partying in your paradise beach, it's there. Whereas Santorini, it has so much stuff to do. It's more touristic, and you don't really feel like you're on a vacation per se. It's extremely beautiful. I'm really glad that I went to go see it. It's not something that I would go out of my way to go again. You have so much to see, and I feel like I saw the island sitting on the buses, but like I said, we spent so much of our time there on buses, whereas in Mykonos, I feel like we really got time to go around the old town, blah, blah, blah. So ultimately, I would return to Mykonos if I were to go to Greece. I know that's probably an unpopular answer by a lot of people, but that was what I preferred. Let me know in the comments which island you prefer, Mykonos or Santorini. Or another one, Paros, Naxos, there are a lot of them. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and subscribe. Blog articles on Mykonos and Santorini will be linked below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.